The Gulf of Carpentaria floods every year. This year's flooding, though, has been worse than most. There's concern they're not getting enough assistance. Joining me live now, Burke Shire Council Mayor Ernie and Doomadgee Aboriginal Shire Council CEO Troy Fraser. Gentlemen, thanks both for your times. So you're used to the flooding. What's been so bad about it this year? It's essentially, cutting you off for a lot longer?
It's cut us off for a lot longer, but like you said, we're used to the flooding. So Doomadgee's been cut off 2 weeks before Christmas, same as Burke. We've had a small window of opportunity, but the flooding events, one of the river gauge stations topped up at just over 10. Well, this time it topped over close to 18. So it's 8 metre above known record. So it's been catastrophic as far as the flooding event, unheard of especially in the lower Gulf.
So usually the whole area is cut off, it gets supplies flowing in.
That's correct.
And you're able to operate. Because to us it sounds crazy, but you go, no, we're used to it.
Yeah.
What's the higher water level resulted in? More areas inaccessible? I know there's been a lot of cattle lost as well.
There's been cattle lost. There's been, we have 16 outstations on our local government area. All of those people had to, those residents had to come into the community. As we speak, they're still there. The roofs of houses showing, on these outstations. I suppose the biggest impact for us also has been cut off for 3 months. So we consistently flying food into the community.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to it, our aircraft, 4.5 tonnes that you can bring in, and it's more the necessity. It's not your wide range that we can bring in. So it's impacted, right across our region with these floods.
Yeah.
And I guess with this particular presence, our last one, for example, was 2010. Yeah. 7.3 metres. This one.
And how long would that last in 2010 compared to now?
Oh, look, I think it wasn't. Probably about a couple of months. Probably.
Right.
Yeah.
And now we're sort of getting to 3 and counting.
Yeah, it's 3.
You're both in Canberra. That usually means you're not happy with the response that's happening in Canberra. What are you calling for this week?
Yeah, so it's the response in different areas, but we just want a more resilient infrastructure, so we can open the area of trading where we can get goods and provide service to people who might be visiting. Just open that window. We'll never flood pollution to the Gulf, especially in major events like these. But if we can reduce the windows from, say, being isolated for 3 months, and maybe we get a truck in every second week or third week, that would be our dream. But, if we can get them in once a month would be something. In Burketown, we've had 3 resupplies. Last resupply had to be by air. Other 2, we were arranged to resupply, we were able to get the truck in. So, because we had previously fixed some of the structure, but we need a lot more to do.
And what infrastructure are we talking about? What can increase that access that governments can help with?
Ultimately, we'd love to be our rivers. We won't get them fully weatherproofed, but some better access across those particular rivers that bound us, but also, looking at our major infrastructure, our services, water, sewage. They took a hit this time as well. So it's about, we have
improving those services so you're more sort of self-sufficient as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I'll give you an example. We had water come through our stormwater, for example, and that was coming out into the community. So just our sewage was overflowing, and the same I'm sure with Burketown. So, and I'm going to take away Ernie's thunder, but I'm sure he's going to talk to you about his airport. So there's a lot of infrastructure out there that we need assistance with.
Yeah, our airport went underwater. This is the first time it's been underwater since the history of Burketown. So we could.
And this means helicopters only can go.
Helicopter only, which is limited the response. So and we need livability. We need people to come to our community, but they aren't as resilient as the people in the Gulf. But so we want our infrastructure to be more resilient and take some of the resiliency of our community. It's resiliency cost. Let it be on the assets, not on the people. Making
them resilient, spending the money, make it better. Yeah, are you worried that this happens? When you mentioned the last one in 2010, that this is going to happen more. We've got the IPCC report out today. And
as we see the pattern of the weather, we have to be ready for these. Yeah. We have to build resilience in our communities. We're talking about a strong, nearly 2,500 population within our shires. Families that have been impacted. But it's about building resilience. But of course, that's what we're here in Canberra for. To try and get assistance to build that resilience.
We'll see if the message gets out there. Ernie, Troy, thanks for your time today.
Thank you very much.